Hi everyone and welcome back to today's video. So today I'm going to be doing a Freddy Krueger inspired makeup look. Now I've been a fan of the films for a long time. Now I'm not talking the new remake they did in 2010 because quite frankly that was a pile of rubbish. The makeup was bad, everything about it was rubbish. I'm talking about the franchise that that started in the 80s. So if you're not familiar with who Freddy Krueger is, I'm going to show you a picture. Let's just get this screen brightness down so you can see properly. And it is him. Now I'm going to try and do all the burnt look with a bit of glue, white eyeliner and a bit of liquid lipstick. We'll see how it goes. It might not work, but I'll give it a go. Anyway, so I'm already primed and ready. Now his jumper is a deep grungy kind of green, a khaki green and a red. So the eye look's going to be them colours. And I've also got brown in there because he's got brown trousers. So I'm going to start. Now I've got several palettes there, honestly. I've been trying to find a decent red all morning. I'm going to not start with that one. It's going to be this one. The first soap palette. And what I'm going to do, okay, so yeah, is going with this dark brown shade here. I won't tell you the name of it because it's irrelevant. And I've got my little mirror because I work better with a little mirror. And let's see if this goes better than the alien one. So first I'm going to pop this in the inner corner. I have been a fan of these films since I was, let's be honest, way too young to have watched any of them. Well, not all of them, most of. So there's a story behind this, how it come about. Basically, me and my friend went down to the video store, the time when we had VHS, and to rent a couple of films. Now, we didn't choose Nightmare on Elm Street. I don't know what we chose, but we chose a couple of films. And when we got back to my house, which, my parents' house, we looked at one of them, and it wasn't the film we chose, it was a Nightmare on Elm Street. It was an 18 certificate, well, it still is. To my knowledge, it's an 18. And we just went, because it was just us two in the house. I think my parents had gone out. Shall we just watch it? So we did. And that started it. I wanted to watch them all, and I did after that. And sometimes she was there with me, and sometimes she was not. And they were the days when I'd watch our films on my own at night. Crazy. So, yeah, it started it all. And the reason why Robert Englund's Freddy is always going to be the best Freddy is because he just played it so well. And he did such a good job, and it was so convincing. Now, the synopsis, is it a synopsis? The description of this film, I'm going to try, is basically a group of high school children, or teenagers as it is, they was all having this dream about this guy in a dirty, horrible sweater, and fingernails were knives, and he was terrorising them in their sleep. And they figured out they all had this same dream. And they used to do lots of different things to try and stay awake at night. So they'd take stay awake pills, they'd drink lots of coffee, of course it never really worked. And once they was in their dreamlike state, Freddy would pursue them, and he'd try and kill them. If anything, he did kill a few. And yeah, he was terrifying. And I think I first watched one, I think I was 16 with my friend. That was the time we first watched it. And it could have been 17, I think 16. And wow, it was quite something, but it did get me hooked on watching horror films in general as well. But yeah, I've got all the DVDs, every single one, even the one they did later on, which was Freddy vs. Jason, with Jason Voorhees. If you're familiar with the film Friday the 13th. And they had a fight, and it looks like Jason won, but then when you see the end of the film, it's kind of like, has he? And I was hoping they was going to bring that out, another one out, but they never did continue it, and it's a pity. Of course, the 2010 version of Nightmare on Elm Street is so bad. I have it in the collection because I just have to, but it is so terrible. The makeup was awful, the acting was awful, just terrible. I've not watched Nightmare on Elm Street for a little while, quite a while, because it's not because it scares me, anything honestly like that. It's because I've watched them so many times that I know it word for word. So all of Freddy's catchphrases, if you like, quotes, I know them word for word. I know them before he says them on the film, So, yeah, quite a fan. And I was hoping to find a poster I got, because a lot of the time I got VHS for these from the beginning. And the New Nightmare one had a poster in the sleeve, and it's about that big sort of thing with him on. No way was I putting that on the wall, not a chance. But I was trying to find it because I know I've kept it, but I can't find it, because if I did I would have popped it up, but yeah, it would have come straight down after the video, I can tell you that. But yeah, but never mind, I just can't find it. Right, that's the brown on the inner corners. Now I'm not going to be too tidy or too finical, because it's quite a rustic look, and it's something you could do quickly if you needed a quick look for Halloween sort of thing. So the next shade I'm not sure with the red, so just bear with. I've got a red in the Miscos palette, and I've also got a red in the Neons palette from Profusion. So I'm going to just swatch them both very quickly and see which red I fancy going in with. Because there's one in the Soap palette, but it's more of an orangey red, and I want a red. Now this red in the Miscos palette is a very dry formula. It's the only one in that palette. It's actually so dry. I'm not sure. Let me just swatch that one again. And I did not bring any wipes over. Oh, that was clever. Yeah, I'm going in with the Neons one. Mainly because it's a lot better red. I'll just have to use that. Okay, so let's pop that aside. My mirror and my brush. Now I'm going to go in with the red on the outer corner of my crease, which is this red here. Now it looks a bit pinky on camera, I must admit, but it is a really deep red. Going to just pop that. Yeah, that's the red I want. That's the red I want. So I'm going to just blend it with the brown a bit, so there's not a harsh line. and a swallow and talk at the same time. Yeah, that's a good red. Now I'm not going to tap off the brush because I want as much product as I can possibly get. And I'm going to go in a couple of times before I blend it again. Yeah, oh, that's a decent red. I don't think I used the red out of this palette as of yet, so yeah, that is a good red. Some reds look red and then end up being pinky or orangey, which is what's happened in the Super Spice palette. It looks red, but it's actually more of a orangey red, and that's not what I was looking for. Yeah, it looks a bit pinky on camera. It actually is, in person, a real decent red. Pillar box sort of red. Just blend this out. Isn't it funny? I managed to describe Nightmare on Elm Street perfectly, but any other film I can't. No idea. And a couple of nights ago I watched Lisa's Halloween look, which was a take on Angela from Stranger Things. That was brilliant, and she gave me an idea for how to make a blood effect look realistic, so I'll be doing that today. The reason why I'm going in again is because I just want it as deep as I can possibly get it. I really hope this camera doesn't stop filming. iPad. Every time I go to film I have to check how much memory's there, because it seems to fill up really fast and there ain't a huge amount of memory on it, so without going into it a bit more in depth with the computer, which Stuart knows how to do, I am stuck with it. Yeah, that is good. I really do like that. It's quite bright and pillar boxy, but I need to just deepen that a little bit more. I always got one eye that doesn't behave itself, and today it's this side. It used to be one side, now it switches. Okay, yeah, I'm happy with that. That's great. Okay. Now I'm going back to this palette so far, which is the Extra Spice one. And I'm going to go in with this grungy green shade there. Now I'm going to use my finger to put this on rather than the brush. Although I have used the brush this morning. No, I am going to use a brush. Got to use different brushes because I still haven't washed them brushes. Still not washed them. Still not done my eyebrows either. And I'm covered in pink. Well, red eyeshadow all over my hands. You just can't take me anywhere. So I'm trying not to cover my face with this mirror. It's just that you get used to doing that. It's ingrained. Yeah, this is a lot better with the finger, but I also find that just the first application is nice with a brush because you can be more precise. Now I am going to go off camera just to do my base, and then I'm going to come back and we'll try doing the burn effect. The burn effect. If it goes wrong, it goes wrong. It is what it is. In fact, if it does go wrong, I just won't include it in the video. The girl I just watched do that, she used liquid latex. Well, I haven't got that, so I've got some PVA glue, so she'll do the same thing. We shall see. Okay. Keep checking it's still filming. So, is anybody doing anything for Halloween? And I made a mistake, didn't I? I said it's going up on the Sunday because it's Halloween on Sunday. No, it's not. If I'd have scrolled on the calendar on my phone, I'd have found out Halloween's on Monday. But it doesn't matter. This is up on Sunday anyway. Because I do upload for 10 PM BST time, so 2 hours from midnight, so almost there. Yeah, I like this shade a lot. It's one of my favourite shades to use in autumn and winter. It's this nice khaki green. Do a deep brown on the crease, put the khaki green on, you're good to go. There we are. I mean that, to be fair, looks weird on my eyes. Because my eyes have got wrinkles and they're a bit loose, you know. Loose eyelids. Loose sort of skin kind of thing. That sounds disgusting in its own right. It can make eyeshadow look a bit odd. To make it look like you've got two different colours there and you're not and all of that. Make it look like you haven't done the eyelid properly, and you have. That's why I've gone in again. Yeah, that's the best we can get. Now, I think we are a bit washed out. Not so bad as Wednesday. Oh my goodness. Didn't manage to sort out the saturation a little bit. Now, I couldn't do that because for some reason the iPad wasn't letting me. Well, the software. So Neil did that. And you might have to do something with this as well. So I'm going to take these tabs off, tape off, and I'm going to clean up this fallout, put on my base and everything, and I'll be back with you very soon. Right then, so I've got my base on and everything, so I'm going to do my lower lash line. Now, what I'm going to do for that, because he does wear a bit of black, mainly his boots, I'm going to put in black here to the middle, and then the red, and then sort of blend them in. So I'm going to go in with the Soap Extra Spice palette, when I can open it. And where's my brush? Let's go in with this one. Not a big fan of this brush, but I do like a shorter brush for the lids, but I haven't washed the brush, so I've got no choice. not washed it. So I'm going to lean forward a bit so I don't get any fallout on my face. And I've already done the top lashes with mascara and put on eyeliner, a black one, which is Primark one. And it don't stick to my eyes very good. Nothing in eyeliner is doing it. For some reason, my waterline is given up working for eyeliner, and I can't contour anymore. Not that I could actually properly contour anyway. I just sort of winged it. Now, the reason why I'm not doing eyeliner anymore, I wouldn't say anymore, I do here and there. One, my hands are too shaky to actually get a decent look with it. And I don't want to ruin the look I've already done. And two, I like it, but I don't find it necessary, to be honest. I don't find it a requirement in my routine. Nearly got that all over my face. And then I'm going back in with the red from this palette. Just to join up. And I'll join it once I've laid down the shades. Still checking I'm filming. Yep, that eyeliner is already off. Oh, true. Liquid lipstick's not sticking. I don't know what's going on with my face. There we are. If you can see. It's just not. No idea. Let me just pop a bit more on, see if I can get it to stick. Doesn't help if my eyes are watery though, I must admit. Right, now what I'm going to do, because his knives on his gloved hand are silver, I'm going to pop silver on the inner corner. And I'm going to use this extra spice palette again because it's got a really nice silver just there. And I'll just use this mirror for this. And once I've done my brows, I'm going to use that for highlighting the brow bone as well. So you can make this a wearable look if you're going out to a party, or you can make it more of a Halloween look. I haven't got any of the outfits or anything because I can't afford to just get an outfit just for a one-use video idea really. I find it a bit of a waste. Okay, so what we're doing? I'm doing the brows. Okay, so back in with the palette. I am going to do brown on the inner part of my brow and then red on the outer part. So go in with the brown from, actually it wasn't this palette, was it? It was this one. Going with the brown shade again from this palette. I'll use this brush. I was supposed to be using my brow brush, but that didn't happen, did it? Let me just brush these things through. Oh dear. I've got the fan on today and all because I'm really warm. Actually, this isn't bad with this brush. It's kind of a bit of black. So more black than brown, to be honest, because that brush might have just had a little bit of black on. I don't know. It looks darker. And then going with the red from the Profusion palette. Slightly going over the brown. Finish the lower lash line with the mascara and then the fun begins. Unless you've just seen the look and it clearly didn't work. Well, I don't think it got too bad. There we are, with brows again. I'm just going to do the highlighter on the brow bone with, that's the trouble when you've got all these palettes, you get the wrong one. And with that silver shade from the Soap Extra Spice palette. Still haven't used my Batman mirror yet. I've used it off camera a bit, but I made a real mess of it when I tried to sort it out. There we are. Oh dear. Right, so finish the lower lashes with the collection mascara that I have. Did this the other day and I got mascara all on my nose. So I had to let it dry and then go in with a spoolie and get that off and then put on foundation where it come off. Right, okay, so let's get some bits and bobs here. What I have. Okay, got the brush and some blue. PVA glue, and I've also got the white eyeliner, so I've lightly powdered, nothing major. So anyway, I'm going to draw the burnt effect, or at least try. Oh, it's back on that. And I think I'm just going to do half my face. And this is breaking off a bit. one on my nose. Okay, so we're doing just half. And now I'm going to just quickly get the glue on that. So I will be back in a moment. And yeah, I won't show you that part because it's going to be very boring. And let's speed it up. I'll speed it up if I don't drop the glue everywhere. I've already got hair in there for some reason. Oh dear. Get off. Right, so let's try and paint this on. Yeah, I'll show you, because if I go off camera and do this, you haven't seen what I'm doing. So, no, I'm not doing it. And all I'm doing is just filling in what I've done with the eyeliner. And I might have to go off camera because it needs to dry a little. I don't want to get my hair in there. I'm hoping I don't drop this glue because that is not going to be a good idea. So, pop on Scotch glue as possible. So I'm just going to go over this part here. Don't have to be completely neat with it. Just as long as you can sort of get the glue a bit. Once it's dry, you can pick the glue to make it a lumpy effect. If you're doing this, go in with an old makeup brush that you're not really bothered by messing up if it don't come off. Don't use one of your favourites. Gotta try not getting this in the mouth. And you see what I'm doing. Just sticking it up a bit, because the thicker this glue is, the better you're going to be able to scrape it and make the glue a little bit look like scars a bit more. I never thought I'd be putting glue on my face. But this is charge safe, so it must be okay. Although they don't tell you to put it on your face. Okay everyone, I'm missed one, and then what I'm going to do is go off camera and have a drink and a vape and then come back and finish this off, because I'm going to have to give it a few moments to dry. Okay, so I'm going to do that and I will see you shortly. Okay, so that is all dry. Now I did put on another layer because I thought if it's too thin it's not going to work very well. Now I've got a cocktail stick here, so I'm going to have to be careful that I don't scratch your face, and I'm going to hopefully be able to show you this. So just going to pull away the glue just a bit. I'm just watching another girl do the bits on her face, and she's using latex and she's going in with scissors near her face. Blinking hell. Okay, so it can be difficult to get. So I'm just going to carry on and then I'll show you. It's just to pick away at the glue a bit, so it makes it look like you've got loose skin on your face from the burns. There is a Nightmare on Elm Street TV series as well, which I've got, and that starts with the court case where Freddy is actually not got a burnt face on that point, where they try to get him imprisoned for the crimes he's done of killing children, and he gets away with it, and so the parents take revenge and they set him on fire, and that's how he got the burnt face. Now this isn't that easy, so what I'm going to do is quickly speed this process up and then I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, that's about the best I'm going to do without taking off the glue completely. As you can see, it's all looks like it's sagging skin. Okay, so it's the fun bit, so the next fun bit. So first I'm going to go in, no, not with that, is with a eyeshadow again. So I'm going to go back in with that red. And I'm just going to try, because I've not done this as a practice run, so I don't know how it's going to go, and some of the glue was going off in chunks, peeling off in chunks, so I didn't want to ruin it. So what I'm going to do is dab on this red. Now I don't want it a very intense red, just a dab. As you can see. So that's all I'm going to do is that. And if this is a long video, I really hope you got a snack. I really do not know why I haven't done this before for Halloween, being as I love the film so much. Now it doesn't have to be totally neat or anything, I'm just dabbing it on. It might look a bit rustic, which is fine, because it's not a neat job. Which isn't something, he hasn't got a designer burn mark or anything, if there is such a thing. Designer burns, yeah. Just do that last one. Now I can't see this one very well. I don't think that through. And okay, so as you can see, wow, that is effective. Oh, I missed one. There. And that really does look like a burnt face. Wow. Okay, I've got 2 liquid lipsticks here. The Revolution Red one and also the L'Oreal one. I'm going to try with this one. Although this is a bit more plummy. Actually, I am going in with the L'Oreal one. And because fake blood is very runny and it's very hard to control, I'm going to use this first. And I'm going to just make it look like they're open wounds. And this was an idea I got from Lisa. This smells of chocolate, and I made a bit of a boo-boo there, but never mind. As you can see, I'm making him look a little bit more bloody, like it's just been burned. I used to have a glove with the fake knives, you know, they were plastic. But unfortunately I have no clue where that is. Wow. Goes well, don't it? Well, I've gone a bit ham on that part. If anything, I'm getting used to that liquid lipsticks, even if it isn't for the lips. 2 more to do, I think. Yep. So, as you can see, you don't need liquid latex. You can just use PVA glue, which is far cheaper. There we are. So now I've got to let that dry. Now, these children, these teenagers that was getting terrorised by him in their dreams, there was also a group of young children, which was Freddy's children, as they called them, and he used to have a little rhyme. Now, I'm going to do the rhyme, so ignore the fact I can't sing for anything, and I never thought I'd do this, but I'm going to do the rhyme. Right. 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. 3, 4, Bella, lock your door. 5, 6, grab your crucifix. 7, 8, better stay up late. 9, 10, never sleep again. And that's what they would sing while they was skipping, you know, skipping rope, jumping on the skipping rope. But I'm not explaining that very well, am I? Using the jump rope. So, yeah, they used to sing that chant. I never thought I'd sing on camera, so yeah. Okay, so what I'm going to do, because this doesn't have to totally dry. Now I've got some fake blood here, and I need to use a brush. This one's sticky with glue, so okay, so not water brush over, that was fake bright. I'm going to use that eyeshadow brush because this will clean off. Try not to get my hair stuck in it. I'm going to just dab this on like that and give it a more of a bleeding effect. Now, taking into the fact that I've actually invented this part a little bit more, because he's not actually very bloody, if anything at all, I just thought I'd want to give it a bit more of an extra spin. So yeah, a bit more of a take. That's the iPad dinging notification, because I use Stuart's iPad to edit on now, because it's far easier, the memory's there, I haven't got to do the export and import thing, so it takes me less time. Although this is going to take 2 hours, I can assure you. But I don't mind, I like editing. I like everything to do with this, well, I do on YouTube, everything. I really like it, it's a hobby. Now, if you think, because, just want to tell you that you see ads on my videos. Now, I'm not monitored or anything, monetized, and I do not get anything from ads, so feel free to skip through them, because YouTube decided they was going to play ads on everybody's video regardless now, rather than on the ones that are monetized, and we don't get paid a penny for it. I'm not doing this because I want to be paid and want to be monetized, because I really don't care about that. If I do, great. If not, it doesn't matter. This is a hobby which I enjoy a lot. And there we have it. Now all it's left to do is to try and put lipstick on them and then the look is done. So I'm not sure whether I'm going to do a red lipstick or MAC, and I think actually I'm going to do red. So let's put the MAC one back, and I'm going in with this Primark red lipstick. Let's just dab my lips. And if you're not familiar with this glue on the skin, it peels off really easy. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so where's the lid? This is the look I've done, which is Freddy Krueger inspired. So this is the look I've created. Now you can do whatever you like with this one. You can do it on the other side of the face. You can make the burns bigger, more pinker, whatever you like. But I just wanted to do it like this. So here is the look. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've thoroughly enjoyed doing this. I've really had a lot of fun. Please do all the good stuff. It really does help out my channel and helps with the algorithm and all of that, and helps me be recognised on YouTube. If you want to, please consider subscribing. It is free. It won't cost you a penny. I'm going to go and wash my face, and I will see you again next time. Take care, everyone. and happy Halloween. Goodbye.